Are you confused about the smoke and carb requirements in Essex County, Massachusetts? Is your home under agreement? And are you thinking about calling the local fire department for your smoke and CO compliance certificate? I have been on many smoke and CO inspections. Let me tell you, not everybody passes the first time around because, quite frankly, it's confusing. You should be sure to stick around to the end of this video to qualify for your free and easy to read smoke and carbon monoxide guide. Let's get started with the easy stuff. First and foremostly important, all smoke alarms should be mounted on the ceiling. And battery-powered devices must have a 10-year non-rechargeable, non-replaceable battery. However, if your smoke detector is less than 10 years old, you don't need to replace them until they've reached that age. You may be asking yourself, well, how the heck do I know how old my smoke and carb detector is? The date of the manufacturer is on the front or the back of the alarm. From my experience, the date is typically on the back. You will need to remove the alarm from the bracket to read the date. If there is no date on the alarm, consider the device expired. Throw it away and buy new ones. The carbon monoxide detectors have a 5, 7, or 10-year lifespan. You should follow each manufacturer's recommendation on how long your CO detector should last. It will be imprinted on the detector itself. This date will be inspected by the fire marshal, so you should check the date prior to the inspection. Battery or plug-in with battery backups are only allowed in homes that were built prior to 2008. After August 28, 2008, you're required to have hardwired, interconnected carbon monoxide alarms with battery backups. It is required to have a CO alarm located on each habitable level, including finished portions of the basement and attic, and a CO alarm shall be placed in the hallway outside each separate sleeping area where the bedroom is located, no further than 10 feet from any bedroom door. Even though there are different requirements for smoke and CO detectors, my recommendation is to install a combination detector. When you get the combination alarms, they must have a tone and voice feature so they can communicate with one another and you can hear them speak each warning. Hardwired as well as battery operated have this function. In Essex County, Massachusetts, when speaking with the fire marshal in most of the cities and towns, I have found it is required to install photoelectric smoke alarms versus ionization alarms. Okay, now for the locations. There is to be a smoke alarm on every habitable level and including in basements at the base of each staircase leading to an occupied floor above. The floor above has to have living space in it. If the smoke alarm location is further than 20 feet from the kitchen or full bathroom doorway, you must install a smoke detector in that area. Now it gets even more tricky because the newer the home, the more requirements. For example, homes built after August 28, 1997 require an alarm inside each bedroom. I'm not going to spend too much time on the requirements because when your house was built, the builder would have been required to follow the updated requirements in order to get an occupancy permit for your home. Let me tell you about an experience I just had recently. The home was hardwired for combination smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. At the inspection, as on all inspections, the fire marshal removed the unit from the bracket on the ceiling and he stuck his finger through some masking tape behind the bracket. Well, I had no idea that masking tape was even there. Lo and behold, the smoke and carb detector that was in place was not part of the hardwired system, but a battery-operated unit instead. He explained to me that since the home had hard wiring in place, that every smoke and carb unit must be part of the same system, and that all of the detectors were required to speak to one another. Now back to the topic. Buying new smoke and CO detectors is easier said than done. When I am helping out a client and taking on the responsibility, I stand in front of the smoke and CO detectors for what feels like hours, reading the descriptions on every box to understand if I will meet the requirements. So if you are struggling on how to go about passing a smoke and CO inspection, you're not alone. As I promised, I have a wonderful cheat sheet for you. You can find it below just by clicking on the link. I'm Kathleen with the Militello Team. I'm a realtor at eXp Realty in Ipswich, Massachusetts. If you have any questions whatsoever, give me a call because I'm here to help. And I'll see you on the next one.